Hi, Eileen. It's so nice to see you.
Thank you so much for meeting me today.
Thanks for coming over. You know, one of the things that we're always happy about is when people actually find us all the way back here in the woods.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully people will now know where you are here at the Grove Cultural Center and that there's this beautiful big parking lot, nice and close in front of the building to come in and visit.
It is activities for people 50 and over. We like to think sometimes 50 and better is the way to look at it. And we have everything from educational things, there are lectures and cultural events in terms of music and plays that are both performed here, as well as going down into the city for day excursions, for things like that. And we have lots of, I would say everything that we do here is focused on bringing people together.
Wonderful.
Because it really is socialization that is the key to keeping people healthy. So everything they do, whether they're here to play poker, canasta, or mahjong, or they come for a lecture or to knit, everything is just really bringing people together and finding a new peer group at whatever age they're at in their lives.
Well, I think you made a great point. You know, kind of that stereotype is, well, what is a senior? And I think often the residents aren't familiar that senior is, in this case, you've got services for 50 and older. 50 is young.
50 is young.
They say it's the new 40. And so why not, you know, if you've got your kids out on their own, you're retiring, get involved. There's lots, as you mentioned, educational and socialization activities for people to be a part of.
Well, and you know, because we've done a couple of intergenerational things, I've had younger, mostly women at this point, who've been here for activities, sometimes daytime or evening, and they look around and they say, oh, I wish I could do that. And I say, well, you know, if you're over the age of 50, you can. And I think what has kept a lot of people away is sometimes that stigma. And what we're really trying to do is open people's minds to the idea that you are truly as young as you feel.
Exactly.
So it's very much an attitude and a state of mind.
Do you have any annual events that we can talk about
Absolutely.
Here at the center?
Absolutely. In fact, last week we were down at the beach, at our beautiful Lake Forest beach, and we had breakfast at the beach. With a steel band and calypso music.
How fun.
Full hot breakfast, and that's something that's become a really popular event. We had almost 100 people. Annually, we tend to do a lot of seasonal celebrations, so like the rest of the world, when it's Thanksgiving and holiday time, and we really focus kind of seasonally. We have done Cinco de Mayo parties and St. Patrick's Day, so there's no doubt that among all of the classes and things, the social events are a real draw. And again, that kind of crosses all the decades. It really does.
Super. Well, I'd love to get a tour of the facilities, and I know Robert wants to ask you a couple questions as well.
Sure. All right. Wonderful.
Excellent. Let's get started.
You know, people are very surprised, of course, when they get here and realize what's inside this building, a landmark that it is. When you come in, this whole area has been added from the original, and of course, we have in the lobby now, we have a volunteer who's working here for us because we found that it's really important to have someone down here to actually greet people.
Absolutely.
The members enjoy chatting on their way in or out, and it's a great help to us, and it's an outlet for some of our members. So this is kind of obviously central greeting area.
Great.
And then up the first flight of stairs, this is where I would say 95% of all of our activities take place. So let me show you what is kind of the heart center of the building. In here is our administrative office and administrative assistant Sherry Miller and assistant program coordinator Sue Suling. So this is where registration for membership and programs takes place, and pretty much everybody who comes into the building is going to make a stop here.
Excellent.
So let me take you down the hall here actually to our great room, and as we go down I want to point out to you that the pictures that you see on the wall were actually done by one of our own members.
Wow, I was just noticing how beautiful they are in this watercolor.
It's all watercolor, which I'm not a painter, but I understand is one of the most difficult kinds of painting to do, and they meet weekly. During the year they meet in the center, and then during the summer, believe it or not, they go out on site and they're in someone's garden around Lake Forest.
Oh my gosh.
All during the summer. So it's such a wonderful experience for them because sometimes they may have never had a chance for an exhibit of their work, so they are now on display for 2 months at the Senior Center, and it's really nice. So let's go on in here where we have all of our parties.
So Marla, this is the great room?
Yes, this is where we have really the majority of our activities, and as you can kind of see, we're set up for an event today, and in about an hour or so there will be about 40-50 men in here for Men's Club, which is an activity that happens once a month, and they'll have lunch and followed by a speaker, and the room is subdivided into 3 sections at its most versatile. You can have 3 different activities at the same time.
Yeah, see that the room dividers in here.
And I'll show you, we have, although this will be going on in here, in this room we have bridge going on at the same time. So it's wonderful to be able to have multi-purpose.
The center began in the mid-60s when a group of retirees began meeting at the old recreation center in Market Square. The group played cards, celebrated the holidays, and took occasional trips.
From its earliest beginnings, the Lake Forest Lake Bluff Senior Center, now called Dickinson Hall, has been about one thing: people. It has been about people coming together and to share friendship and camaraderie while serving their neighbors and community. It has been about personal growth and learning, and it has been about finding support during times of change and transition.
Wow, that's just beautiful out here, Marla.
Yeah, we are so lucky. Actually, this whole section that you see here of the gardens, the patio and gardens, were donated by one of our members. She is a master gardener herself, has of what I understand, quite an amazing garden in town. And when her husband passed away, she donated the funds to create this entire terrace and garden, and it has become just a real centerpiece for the building.
Well, the great opportunity is to meet new friends and to try something new. I think explore covers all of that in one word.
Yeah, you're right. And it doesn't matter whether you have started something at age 50 or you're doing it at 80. We find people making connections with friends and sometimes even romance.
Hey, I love that.
Not out of the question.
Great.
So yeah, we welcome people to stop by. Actually, they can come in, pick up a newsletter, tour the building at any time, and we are really flexible about it and very welcoming.
And of course today I think of Dickinson Hall not as Dickinson Hall as much as our senior center, because they become synonymous and one and the same.
I'm also the president of the Senior Citizens Foundation. I'm on the commission for seniors. I go to a lot of the events, the lectures. I love the luncheons and dinners and parties. And then I go and let the podiatrist have a whack at me. And so there is our wellness center that includes a number of good things for people. And I just find it a very comfortable place to be.
It has been hugely successful. I think it's a spectacular location, and I think that the senior population has really embraced it in its new location, obviously from the increased membership. So it's nice to be able to look back and say, you know what, I told you so. I told you that this would work.
Throughout all of the change and growth, however, one thing has not changed. People are still the heart and soul of the center, and people are what brings the center to life.
People, because I love people. We've both worked all our life, so our friends mainly were the people that we worked with. We really don't know a lot of other people, and it's so much fun to go with people that have like interests.
Janet fills out all my Medicare problems, for my medicine and housing and everything that I have, as Janet has helped me with. I don't know how you could ever, I really could not live in this area. I couldn't live anywhere without this help that I get from the seniors.
Different needs, new needs, social needs, physical needs, and just being together and having an organization that helps so many people, not help just physically helping them, but just help them in the world we live in.
The idea of accommodating 40% of our population with specific activities that are related not just to their interest and for entertainment, but to their true needs, strikes me as probably one of the most worthy things we could be prepared to do now, and I hope that role is something I can play a greater part in as the years go by.
While we look forward to the changes and challenges ahead, we know one thing won't change: the fundamental belief that people are the heart and soul of the center.